The very first thing that happened, literally, as it was announced, I think it was Deadline announced it. A director that I worked with in Australia put something on social media saying, "Hey, Steve Toussaint's great." Somebody responded by saying Steve Toussaint is an N-word. That was the first thing I saw. I was like, oh my God, this is the world that we live in?
That's Steve Toussaint before the record-breaking premiere of House of the Dragon this past Sunday, revealing to Teflon TV that the racist reaction from Game of Thrones fans started from his casting in the role in February 2021.
There were pictures of me and pictures of a drawing of Corlys and saying, really? Should it be this guy?
Following the premiere, Men's Health dropped an interview with Steve yesterday where Steve brushes off the racist reactions. So many people are basing their idea of the history of this country on a few films and stuff that were made in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, which don't bear any resemblance to the truth. Historically, people of my hue, we didn't just turn up here in the 70s or 60s. It seems to be very hard for people to swallow. They're happy with a dragon flying, they're happy with white hair and violet-covered eyes, but a rich black guy, that's beyond the pale.
If those shipping lanes should fall, it will beggar our ports.
The Crown has heard your report, Lord Corlys, and takes it under advisement.
Two days after the premiere, this tweet from comedian Rob Moreau is going viral today. Blackest thing that happened the whole episode was Corlys knowing not to get drunk around white people.
The cost of the tournament is not negligible. Perhaps we might delay until the child is in hand.
Steve tells Men's Health that he's noticing that moment is getting a lot of attention, and it was improvised. That's come up a few times when people have asked, but that was a spur-of-the-moment thing. I'm glad that I did that and people picked it up. And clearly, deciding to improvise a moment like that comes from life experience.
I'm not an expert in racial abuse and discrimination. I'm just very experienced at receiving it.
But Steve does say to Men's Health, what has been wonderful is for every toxic person that somehow found their way into my timeline, there have been so many others who have been so supportive and been like, oh my God, I can't wait. This is going to be great. Even when we were doing certain scenes, there would be supporting artists who would come up and go, it's great to have this representation. I love that Steve improvised that moment with the wine. It says so much with no dialogue. And yeah, I mean, it's sad that these fandoms, Star Wars seems to be the biggest harbor of them, have such a vocal segment of racist individuals. It's disappointing, but they will be silenced with representation like this. It's frustrating that racism like this still exists, and it's just going to take time to wean these people out. They will be gone eventually. But yeah, what do you think of Steve defiantly dismissing racist Game of Thrones and now House of the Dragon fans?